Hello, I am Sonali Powar. In this lecture, we are going to see the control flow statements and what are the control flow statements available in the C language. In that, first we will see what is meant by control flow statements. These are the statements which decide the flow of your program, is how the program will be executed, which instructions of the program will be executed. So that statements are decide the flow of your program. Now there are the two types of control flow statements. First one is a selecting and branching statements, and second one is a looping or iteration. It is called as a looping or iteration. So what is in by selecting? Selecting means I have a multiple options, and within that option I am going to pick up one options. So that is called as a selecting. And example of the selecting statement is a switch. The switch is used in the C language to select one option from the multiple options. Now next one is a branching. What is meant by branching? Suppose there is one condition, and depend upon that condition I will take one decision. If this condition is true, then do some task. If this condition is false, then do the another task. So such a type of statement is called as a branching statement. Now under this point there are the two types. First one is a conditional type, second one is a unconditional type. So what is meant by conditional type? From the name itself you will get to know that conditional type means there is a some condition, and depend upon that condition, if it is a true or false, depend upon that I will take the particular decision. So under the conditional type there are the three statements available in the C language. First one is a if, second one is a if else, and last one is a switch. Now unconditional type means there is a no any condition, I directly jump from one statement to the another statement. That is called as an unconditional type. The go to statement is available in the C language, which provides the unconditional jumping from one statement to the another statement. Now next we will see what is meant by looping and iteration. Looping means suppose you have a set of instructions or group of instructions, and you want to execute that instructions again and again, then I will put that instruction into the looping. Looping is also called as a iteration. No, so I will put that instruction into the looping. But for the loop, there must be some termination condition. Otherwise, it will go into infinite looping. What is meant by infinite looping? It's again and again it will do the same task. It will not come out of the looping. So you must have to give what is the termination condition for the looping. Means suppose I want to do this set of instructions, or I want to execute this set of instructions 10 times. So that will be your termination condition. After executing this group of instructions 10 times I will stop. That is called as a termination condition. So there are the three types, three looping statements available in the C language. First one is a for, second is while, and third one is a do while. So we are going to see all these statement, control flow statement, one by one. First we will see the if statement. This flowchart shows the working of if statement. Here if condition is true, then it will execute the true block. If condition is false, then it will not execute this true block. It will skip this block and it will execute the statement which are written after the true block. And if condition is true, then only it will execute this true block, and after executing or after completion of these statements which are written in the true block, it will continue the execution, and it will execute the statements which are written after the true block. So every time if condition is false, if condition is true, both the time it will execute the statements which are written after the true block. But this true block is executed only when condition is true. Now we will see what is the syntax to write the if statement. In the C language, to write the if statement, write down if, and in the bracket write down the condition. And within this opening and closing bracket write down the true block statement. So if this condition is true, then it will execute this true block statements, and after that, after executing this true block statement, it will continue the execution. And if this condition is false, then it will not come within this block, directly it will jump after this curly bracket, and it will continue the execution. So this is about the if statement. Next we will see if else statement. This flowchart shows the working of if else statement. If the condition is true, then I will execute the true block, and if condition is false, then I will execute the true false block. So in the if else statement, there are the two situations. If the condition is true, I have to do some work. If condition is false, then I have to do another work. So such a type of problems can be put into the if else statement. So how to write the if else statement in the C language? So this is the syntax to write the if else statement in the C language. Write down the if, and in this bracket, simple bracket, write down the condition. And within this curly opening and closing, write down the true block statements which you want to execute when condition is true. And if condition is false, which statement you want to execute, write down into the else block. So write down here else, this is the keyword, and after that within this curly opening and closing, write down the false block statement. So when condition is true, that time it will execute the true block statement, and after executing it will jump to the statements which are written after the if else. And if condition is false, then it will execute this false block statement, and it will jump to the statements which are written after the if else statement. So here you can observe that only one block will be executed at a time. It will execute at either true block or either false block, which is a depend upon the condition. But every time it will execute the statements which are written after the if else statement. So if condition is true, then also it will execute the statements which are written after the if else. If condition is false, then also it will execute the statements which are written after the if else. So this is about the if else statement. Now practically we will see how the if else statement works. In that first example we will see about the if statement, which has a only true block, which do not have a false block. For example, suppose there is a one question, increment the salary of employee by 10%, but if the salary is greater than 10,000, then only increment the salary by 10%. Otherwise, don't increment that. Now here what I will do, I just taken one variable salary, and after that I will just clear the screen, and this message will be displayed onto the screen, enter the salary. Then user will enter the salary, which will be read into this variable salary. Now afterwards I am checking if the salary which is entered by the user, is it greater than 10,000. If it is a greater, then only I will increment the salary by 10%. Here this through this formula I will get the 10% of the salary, and I will just add this 10% into my salary, and I will update the variable salary, and after that I just print the salary. Now here you can see this is called as a true block. So when the salary is greater than 10,000, then only it will update the salary, and after true block, what is the statement after completion of true block? The statement is print the salary. So if the salary is a less than 10,000, then also it will print the salary. Only thing is it will not increment. But if the salary is less than 10,000, it will not go into this true block, but it will jump to print the salary. So in both cases it will print the salary. Means suppose it is a less than 10,000, then also it will print the salary, and when it is a greater than 10,000, it will be print, but it will be incremented by 10%. Now let's check how it works. Just execute your program, enter salary. Suppose I enter the 15,000, so it's showing the incremented salary by 10%. Again I will execute the program. Now here suppose I just enter the 100, which is a less than 10,000. So this is the salary which is a not incremented. So this is the way how the if statement works. Now next example we will see how the if else statement works. This is one example. The problem is user will enter one number, and I want to print whether that number is even or odd. ये मुझे करना है. So what is the logic behind the even and odd? If the given number is divisible by 2, then I will say it is a even. Otherwise it will be odd. So there are the two situations. There are this problem has a true block also and false block also. So I will go with the if and else statement. So we will see practically how we are writing the program for it. First, declare the variable one variable num करके, which has a data type integer. After that, clear the screen. Next one is a enter number. So this message will be displayed onto the screen. After that, user will enter the number, which is a read into the variable num. Now here I am checking num, this operator is called as a mod operator. When I say that num mod 2, so it will gives me the remainder. When I divide this num by 2, what is the remainder? मुझे क्या मिलता है remainder? That answer will be given by this num mod 2. And if that remainder is a 0, here I just put at the equal to sign. So it checks whether this answer is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then print even. Otherwise else, अभी ये number जो है वो even है, इसका मतलब it is odd. So in the else part I will write the odd. So this is a called as a true block. ये जो है print even, this is a called as a true block and this one is a false block. So इसमें से एक ही block कौन सा तो execute होगा, which is a depend upon num. जो user num enter करता है उस पर depend particular block execute होता है. So run your program. Just wait a minute. Just execute your program. Suppose user enter the 5 odd, so it display the proper message. Again, suppose user enter the 6, which is a even number. So this program works for even, means it shows the proper message whether that number is even or odd. So this is about the if and else statement. Another thing is here I not written the opening and closing bracket. Suppose you written then also okay, but suppose in your if statement, in your true block, there is only one single statement, then there is no need to write down opening and closing bracket. अगर आपके if के block में एक ही statement है present, then you do not have to use or do not require to use the curly opening and closing bracket. लिखा then also it will not give you error. And suppose you do not write, then also it will be work. Just execute the program. Suppose user enter the 7, it's a odd, so it's work. Okay, this is about the if and else statement.